Of root causes. So when you find that you have a problem, such as let's pretend that you have a problem that you had a fever. So the problem was you had a fever of 101. And the reason you knew that you had a problem was because you noticed certain symptoms. You noticed that you had a cough, you noticed that you had a stuffy nose, you noticed that you had something in your throat, that like a tingle sensation. And what happens is if you try and fix a problem by looking at the symptoms and trying to fix the symptoms, what ends up happening is you don't end up fixing the problem usually, because you have to tackle the cause of the problem at its source in order to fix the problem. So in this case, the symptoms, the results or outcome of the problem is what you see. That stuff is obvious. It's obvious when you have some sort of cough. It's obvious when you have a sore throat or your throat's inflamed. The problem over here is the gap from your normal. In this case, your normal temperature. The problem is that your temperature is above normal. And the cause, the roots, the information that is causing the problem would be that you have an infection, and your body creates a fever to solve the problem, and the reason you've noticed the problem is because of the symptoms. So this line of thinking is if you need to address the root cause of a problem in order to try and solve it. And if you only try and address the symptoms, such as taking cough medicine to get rid of your cough, you don't get rid of the infection, you're just getting rid of one of the symptoms, which doesn't fix the problem. So this can be also taken on a larger scale for, let's say you are at a job and your boss wants to get you to work by 8 a.m. every day. They're trying to address the symptom of you being on time, but that doesn't mean the cause of that, which is getting your work done, is going to be solved. Maybe there's another root cause that can be addressed, which is like working from home policies, or perhaps doing something along the lines of taking breaks to increase productivity, or going for a walk at lunch to help you refocus later. You have to address the cause of the problem in order to successfully solve it, instead of just the symptoms. So the idea is we need to identify that root cause of a problem, and the best way we can identify root cause is by studying the symptoms and trying to make a connection between the symptoms in order to find the root cause. But the only reason you find symptoms is by deconstructing the problem itself into its little parts, which again is all part of this process.